They started off the day, Paul had a 3-stroke deficit. Aaron Gossage was at 39 under par, Paul was at 36 under par. And that quickly evaporated. Hole 1, they started losing strokes. They were going back and forth for a little bit, but by hole 6, Gossage sort of shanks his drive. McBeth hits a huge circle 2 putt. So going into hole 7, they were tied up at 41 under par.
After Paul ties it up on hole 6, they go back and forth, stroke for a few holes. Paul ends up taking the lead, going up 1 stroke, and then Paul has this huge blunder on hole 15 when he hits a tree that gets this devastating drop and roll out of bounds. Ends up bogeying 15, 2-stroke swing. Aaron takes the lead right back and is up by 1 stroke with 3 holes to play in the World Championship.
And they go right to 16, the signature hole at Emporia Country Club, the island hole. Gossage has the box, so he throws his zone, and he's on the island, but he's a good bit back towards the wall, so it's definitely a tester putting right at the water. Now Paul, huge throw here, actually makes it about 5 feet inside of Gossage, so Gossage has to putt first. And Gossage actually does miss low, classic thing to do on a scary putt, and then Paul bangs the putt to tie it back up going into hole 17.
And if you did not see hole 17, it was just so wild. Paul McBeth has an actually errant drive, horrible positioning. Aaron Gossage sort of has the advantage on this hole. It's looking like he has an easy play for birdie. Paul is going to be trying to make his way to par. And Paul throws a just immaculate 450-foot drive into the green and is just outside of circle 2. I believe they were saying 75 to 80 feet. And you're watching Paul McBeth line up this putt, and something just felt like you knew he was going to make it. After seeing what he did at 17 at USDGC last year,
Exactly.
You're just like, I feel like this is gonna go in. And from 80 feet, he drains it. Absolutely unreal. Up by 1, going into the final hole of Worlds.
So going into hole 18, McBeth has the 1-stroke advantage, and he and Gossage both clear the water easily on the first shot, but it's all about the second shot on 18, and the green is sloping down towards the water. Very tricky situation on that upshot. Gossage ends up throwing first because he's a little bit back of Paul, and he absolutely parks it with a huge forehand over the gallery, over out of bounds, right to the green. McBeth has a little bit of a trickier shot. He doesn't have that up and around play, so he goes directly at it with his buzz, and he ends up coming up short. He's in middle of C2, maybe edge of C1, ends up giving it a run, kind of like hole 18 at USDGC, and misses low. Luckily, it stays close, but Gossage makes the birdie, and we're going to a playoff.
So now we have a playoff, and it is, of course, going to hole 16, the most iconic hole in the entire state of Kansas, the island hole over the water. Aaron Gossage is up first to put the pressure on Paul, and Aaron Gossage steps up, throws his shot. It lands dry on the island, but is still considered out of bounds.
Paul earned every bit of this win, and we're happy to see it. 6-time world champion, incredible. But yeah, the emotions on the green. What a beautiful moment there as Paul and Hannah found each other, and Paul gave a very teary-eyed interview, something I don't think I've ever seen out of him. You could feel the emotion, even more than you could feel it in the USDGC win from last year, just raw. You can tell this guy wants it more than anyone, and that's just the facts. He proves it time and time again through injury and through, adversity that he is a true champion.
You guys let us know what you think in the comments. What did you think of Worlds? How crazy was it? Where were you when you were watching? Let us know in the comments down below. And we will see you in the next one.
Stay swanky. Congrats to the 6th time.
Yeah. Looking forward to the 6 time zone.
Let's go.